Good day, everyone. I'm Ethan, moderator for this webinar. Welcome everyone for today's webinar, Sanitary Food Packaging Concepts, Overview of Trends, Standards, and Implications for Food. I would now like to introduce our presenter for today, Dr. John Ryan. Dr. John Ryan holds a PhD in Research and Statistical Methods. I would now like to hand over the floor to the speaker. Over to you, John.
All right, thank you very much. Welcome, folks. Today, we're going to spend some time talking about packaging. And the idea behind this presentation is that you consider packaging and the materials used to package food as a process. The packaging is the product we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about how to keep that packaging clean and within standards and to protect the food that it holds. A little bit about the work we do, the sanitary cold chain. So today's agenda: protection of packaging from adulteration prior to and during use. Okay, protecting the packaging. Now, we're not talking about the food. We're talking about protecting the packaging, and talk about some standards for packaging, types of packages, facility requirements. What does the factory have to do? What do the people have to do? Packaging equipment and systems, personnel and handling sanitation, for food not completely enclosed by a container. Okay, a lot of food is within packages that's enclosed by a container, and a lot of food is not enclosed by the container. Okay, so you have to separate those in your mind. For instance, produce, as you walk into a supermarket, the produce, if you walk through the produce section, that food is not enclosed by a container. But if you go into the freezer section or the milk or the cheeses, like that, it's all enclosed, right? We're going to talk about in-transit sanitation requirements, qualifying sanitary package suppliers. So as a food supplier, it's your responsibility to make sure that you buy clean packaging from a qualified supplier. In other words, the suppliers of packages have to fulfill your requirements for sanitation in their own processes and in the delivery of that packaging to you, okay? Sanitation of tools used in packaging operation. A lot of tools are used, and you have to make sure that they're sanitary, and management responsibilities for setting up systems to do these things. For today, the package is the product. That's what we're worried about. Putting clean food in a dirty package does not promote food safety. Basic concept here. Food packages shall be in a good condition. We got a lot of different kinds of packaging, right? Talk about paperboard containers and boxes, non-folding food containers. So we talk about the package and content protection. So what protects the product? Well, that's the packaging. Let's talk about this process. We've got a harvest going on up there in the upper left. Now look at this process. Packaging is one type of container used to move food. Okay, when we talk about food quality, we talk about a couple things. So the problem with all this is this adulteration, okay? And it takes many forms. And the problem is it impacts human health with potential to cause death. So we have different kinds of adulterants. Contamination of food from packaged materials, dirty packaging materials. Packaging consideration. Okay, some other packaging consideration. Surfaces in contact with the food. Now, let's talk about workers for a minute. Qualify and certifying the supply chain. Regulatory agencies and controls. The FDA, you're all familiar with, USDA. Dig into labeling for a minute. Suppliers should certify the basis of any FDA compliance claim based on expert compositional review. All right, you want to look to make sure that your packaging supplier knows the law. ASTM, American Society for Testing of Materials, see at the bottom down there. FDA regulations for adhesives, including those used in packaging laminates. Let's talk about packaging equipment for a minute. We have a lot of different types of equipment. Everybody's familiar with auto loaders, vacuum packaging. So some considerations for the food processing and packing facility. Let's look at this flow chart. Protect the cleanliness, move into processing through clean pass-throughs. All processes to be under control. Packaging equipment and food processing machines. Packing and package making operations using carbon monoxide. Okay, package sanitation begins at the package maker. In this period of time in 2008 to 2013, FDA did 50,000 inspections. They're going to inspect the food processing operations, foreign facilities, food inspections, package handling and distribution models for package handling. There's a different look at the same thing. Here's the pallets. Let's talk about transportation for a few minutes. There's laws specific to transportation. And this is one of the laws. The FSMA proposed rules, it's final now. The truck trailer becoming a package. That's what we're talking about. The goal, prevent food in transportation from becoming filthy, putrid, decomposed, or otherwise unfit for food. Okay, the feds want everybody to continue best practices for cleaning, inspecting, maintenance, loading and unloading of the operation of vehicles and transportation equipment to prevent contamination under current good manufacturing for medicated animal food. There's some exemptions for small shippers and receivers. There's exemptions for the farm, the truck trailer, which is the package now, is maintained in a contaminant-free manner. Okay, so that's my last slide. The concept here throughout today has been that the packaging development and the processing of the packaging from the packaging factory through transportation all the way through all process steps has to be maintained in such a manner that the packaging protects the food, okay? The packaging itself has to be clean. The process that makes the packaging has to be contaminant free. And it's your responsibility if you're in the food industry to assure that the packaging manufacturer and the packaging itself throughout all process steps, including your own factory, doesn't move contaminants and protects the food from being contaminated. So once again, you can visit me at my website, Sanitary Food Chain. And thanks for attending today. Appreciate it. Hopefully you learned something. All right. Thanks for attending again, folks. And good luck with finding, and improving and certifying your packaging processes. It's important that you do that. It's important for the safety of the food that's being moved. Thanks again.
Thank you, everyone. That does conclude the session for today. You may all disconnect now. You have a great day ahead. Bye-bye. Take care.